Good morning, guys. I'm Steve Luttrell, your hair loss consultant, and welcome to my channel, The Real Deal, where I talk about your hair loss, why you've lost your hair, and is there anything you can do to get it back. So welcome to my segment that I've just started recently. It's called Coffee Chat, and Coffee Chat's where I spend a few minutes with you in the morning before my first clients, and we discuss some things that I see over the internet that are concerns of yours or questions you guys might have that get unanswered. And then also I share with you maybe a few tips on how to style your hair or touch up something or whatever that may be. Just some quick tips of wearing hair or trying to do something about your hair loss, receding hair or thinning hair. Also, some of my favorite tools or toys, some people might call them, that I use here in the salon or share with my clients. So let's get started with Coffee Chat this morning. All right, so one of the things I see online a lot is on YouTube, and a question I see in people's comments is, can I work out with a hair system? And the answer to that question is, yeah, of course you can work out with a hair system. I live in South Florida, so a lot of people work out here in South Florida. We don't wear clothes, quote unquote. We're at the beach, we're at the pool, so we're not covered up in coats and jackets all the time. So body is an important thing, and health. And so yeah, you could definitely work out. Now, is there limitations? Of course there's limitations of everything. If you want that, if you're a kind of person that just really sweats and, does tons and tons of cardio, it might not be for you, because it's a water-based adhesive that most of these adhesives, if you're doing something safe, the tapes, they're safe tapes. So yeah, if you're sweating just buckets and buckets of sweat, you're going to sweat the adhesive, whether it be a tape or glue adhesive, liquid adhesive, right off your scalp. Now, is there products out there that's silicone type adhesives that will hold on better? Yeah, but trust me, after a few times of breaking that down, sweating and those things it's not going to be nice either. At least the other one is more user friendly. So you might have to be a daily wear, depending on your activity level, but you could definitely, most definitely work out. And again, choose your sport that you're doing that, you're not going to destroy the hair system. If you're swimming, 1,000 yards a day in a chlorine pool or even in the ocean, it's not going to be great for the hair. And again, it's going to break down the adhesive quicker, which means more maintenance for you. So again, you can do these things, definitely. But again, you have to adapt. So if you're, somebody that's going to swim, you might have to be a tape on or a daily wear type person and take it off and maybe wear a swim cap that nobody knows that you don't have your hair on, because those things are pretty tight. So, or wear a swim cap on top of the hair system itself. It's obviously going to help compromise it, keeping it from being compromised. If you're going to go and play in the dirt, do some sport that, motocross, where just dirt's going to be flying and, or you're going to be in the Baja Desert wearing a helmet, again, have a little common sense. There is limitations to what you do. But, again, you can do a lot. I did a lot of cardio. I competed in bodybuilding in my earlier days with hair system, full head bonded, and again, yeah, maybe during those competition times it was a little bit more maintenance because I was on the gauntlet and just sweating and trying to burn off calories and lose body weight in water. But at the end of the day, it looks pretty good the day of competition. All right, so again, you can work out. Just have some common sense and learn to be adaptable to your situation of whatever that may be. But you can have your cake and eat it too. All right, guys? All right, let's move on. Okay. All right, so another question that comes up a lot. And here's just a quick tip for you guys out there, especially now that there's not as much stock available and you're having to order custom and you're going to have to wait. a few weeks, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17 weeks for your hair now, if you're going to get what you want. Now, there's hair out there. There's all kinds of rugs. I call them rugs, still available out there. Thick densities and crazy bases that just doesn't work. But if you really want what you want, maybe that, 0.03 color number 4, blah, 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 you're not going to pull it off the shelf right now. So you're going to have to order custom. So when you go out there and you start ordering your custom and you look online or you go to your studio and they bring this out, this color ring of all these colors. Like, I remember when I first got into the business of hair replacement. I'd been doing regular salon growth hair, women's hair, highlighting and coloring for a long time already at that point. And I consider myself an excellent colorist. I saw this and I'm like, are you serious? Most people don't have the kind of eye that can distinguish this one next to this one, if you know what I mean. They're almost the same color, basically. I mean, the lighting changes a little bit, but at the end of the day, just too many choices. Way too many choices, okay? It's very confusing. It's almost like going to a cereal aisle and, oh my gosh, how many different types of cereals can you possibly make? So I keep this very simple. And as far as men's hair color, now women's different. Women, obviously, they have reds and auburns and browns and highlights and all those wonderful things that men don't usually go into. Now, there's a few that go for some funky colors. I've done that. Not on myself, but clients. But for the most part, just your basic everyday guy. Off of this color ring, there's maybe 6 colors that is relevant. The rest of them aren't relevant at all. There's just TMI, too much information. So when I talk about relevancy of color, for the most part, if you are of Indian descent, Middle Eastern Indian, or you are of African American descent, your color is going to be color 1. If you are Italian, Latin, something of that nature, Mediterranean, European, somewhere in there genetically, color 1B, color 3, color 4. Now, if you move up the ladder and you're a little more into the Caucasian, all-American looking kind of guy that has dark blonde hair in the wintertime and it bleaches out in the summertime kind of guy, you're going to be a color 5, 6, somewhere in there. And then you got the guy that's a lot lighter, the guy that's surfing on the beach kind of guy, or just genetically has that blonde hair. He's going to be somewhere up around your 18, 22. And that pretty much covers the spectrum. You're not going to have too many other colors in there. I mean, you can get crazy and right on points, but the thing of it is the hair is going to lighten. It's processed hair, so no matter what color it is, it's always going to pull off some of the color as it wears. Just like your clothes, they don't look as bright or black as they did when you first bought them. So basically, those are my colors that I basically stick with. And so when you go out and have to order your new hair, don't get so confused by this. Just go by basically the colors I gave you, and you'll be point on pretty good. All right, guys? All right, let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to share with you one of my favorite products real quickly. I've done a review on this product, so if you want to check that out. But one of my favorite products is Moisture Mist. One of my favorite products is Moisture Mist by Biomega. Now, Biomega is originally Aquage, which is still Aquage, Just they came off with a spinoff line a few years back, and Biomega was the spinoff, and Moisture Mist is their leave-in conditioner detangler. They don't really sell it as a detangler, they sell it more as a leave-in conditioner, but it really is incredible for detangling hair replacement, hair extensions, tangled hair. It's lightweight, it's got a light smell, so it doesn't overpower anything. It doesn't weigh the hair down, just leaves the hair with a nice shine and a nice combability when you spray it into the hair. After I've shampooed and towel dried the hair, I like to just basically, before I comb it out, spray this into the hair system itself and let it sit there for a minute or two, and then gently, I like taking a brush first and kind of brush through the hair system and back and forth different directions, and if you need to add more, you do, but you'd be surprised, just one quick simple 2 or 3 sport application can do a lot. So this is, again, as far as a great leave-in conditioner, detangler, Biomega, Bioquage, Moisture Mist. All right, guys? Okay, that was Coffee Chat, and I hope you found some value out of today's show, and if you have any questions about anything I've spoke about, or you have something you'd like me to speak about or learn about, let me know in the comment section below. And if you liked what you heard today, make sure you give me that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. That's how I keep going. All right, and I'm Steve Luttrell, your hair loss consultant, and this has been The Real Deal Coffee Chat. Have a great day, guys.